Here with the commissioner himself, Rick Thames. Thank you so much for joining me. We got the Young Guns Invitational starting up tonight. What excites you the most about the Young Guns Invitational?
Well, you know what? What excites me the most is this is the second annual Young Guns tournament. Tonight we have 4 matches, 2 in the bracket A and 2 in the bracket B, and is for sure going to be one of the top shows that we've had here at the OCC Road House.
I love it. You've been doing this a long time. You've seen a lot of great wrestlers come through here. Who is your favorite to win this year's Young Guns Invitational?
My favorite to win the tournament? Well, I'll assure you it's not TJ Brady. I don't even believe it's going to be TJ Brady. It don't even matter if it's my favorite or not. But I really don't have a favorite, but I do have a few suspects. What's going on over there?
I don't know.
What's going on? There's nobody over there. Oh,
my God.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, man, somebody, we need some help. You all right, buddy? What happened? Tell me. Oh, his foot. Oh, my God. Help! Come here. All right, come here. Can you please go get some help, please?
And this is WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. We have a great show this evening, including the start of the second annual Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitational Tournament. You guys ready? Yeah! Right now, without further ado, let's get underway. Our opening contest is a 4-way Fray match set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. Come on! Making his Proving Ground debut, he is from Bloomington, Indiana, weighing in at 175 pounds. He is the king of the next generation, Rhys, Maddox. Weighing in at 210 pounds, representing the Seyden twins, this is Brady Seyden. In their opponent, Washington Heights, New York, weighing at 215 pounds, the inspirational one, Roze Allday. And their opponent.
Go listen to her, Roze. You're okay.
He's not okay. He's crying. Don't play with our mental. Oh, I see him.
He hails from Albany, New York, weighing in at 175 pounds, the untouchable Kid Koota.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world famous OCC Road House in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. It's Monday, and that must mean it's time for some WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. In the commentation station this evening, I am one Alex Green, and I am joined by none other than
TJ Lopes, back from my rendezvous as a ring announcer. What a time I had last week, but I can't wait for tonight, especially our main event, the Hellhound, Jay Sky defending his belt against that dog, Damian Gemini. Alex, what a night we have.
And we're kicking things off with Fatal 4-Way Fray. All new faces here at Proving Ground. And we got Kid Koota, Rhys Maddox, Roze Allday, and Brady Seyden.
Yeah, these four young guns, for obviously a very appropriate turn, have a lot to prove tonight, and I'm excited to see which of these great young competitors takes a step up and comes out victorious tonight.
Of course, Brady Seyden and Rhys Maddox will be in the Young Guns Invitational next week, but we're getting a chance to see what they're made of here. Roze Allday, Kid Koota both made their debut very, very recently.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of these guys, outside of obviously debuting is Maddox tonight, these guys have been impressive in this short time that they've all been here. And I'm just, again, really excited to see which one of these guys is going to step up. And I'm excited to see the mindset of each of these guys. You can see Roze Allday not wanting anything to do with anyone right now.
Everybody seemed like they wanted a piece of the inspirational one, Roze Allday, and he's not making any friends here.
And he's inspiring all three of these guys to absolutely whoop him right now. And it's not looking good for Allday in the early going.
And you know, Brady Seyden and Rhys Maddox, well, you want to pick up momentum going into the first round of the Young Guns Invitational. Roze Allday, he made it clear to me he has championship aspirations on the mind. Kid Koota, he wants to impress, but he was just sent straight to the floor, TJ.
Brady Seyden looks great in the early going here. Interested to see what Rhys Maddox can do.
And a big back elbow from Rhys Maddox off the second rope, spinning discus forearm, springboard, incredible offense.
And a big kip up as well. Maddox is feeling it early on. Man!
Rhys Maddox most recently seen in Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, looking to impress here, but Roze Allday not letting him. And now Kid Koota, we saw him debut. What's he looking for here? Up and over on Roze Allday.
And in the limited time we saw Roze Allday, we saw him use a few shortcuts, namely a rose to the eye. Let's see if any of those shortcuts are going to come into play tonight.
And Kid Koota with the big drop kick sends Roze Allday to the floor, and now are we going to see him fly?
I sure hope we do. Kid Koota!
Up and over and to the floor. But Roze Allday, he caught him and right on the guardrail.
That has to be so soul-crushing for Kid Koota to take a chance like that and for it to go poorly this early into the match. It does not spell anything good for Kid Koota.
An incredible strength from Roze Allday, catching the man, flying through the air and then dropping him neck first on that solid steel guardrail.
Each and every one of these guys has all of the tools to be the next great wrestler here in WWN. Roze Allday is no exception.
And Roze Allday, his eyes in the back of his head, was Brady Seyden with the O'Connor roll right in the middle of the ring. And now with the drop down. Leapfrog, what are we gonna see here from? Incredible from Brady Seyden, just planting him with the slam.
Looked like a spine buster. Seyden trying to get the crowd going here in this match.
And now a wheelbarrow arm drag from Maddox. And he is rising right to the occasion. Did you see that back elbow?
I did, and I heard it more than I saw it. My goodness, what an elbow.
There might be teeth in the front row after that one. And now Kid Koota, he goes for the, and he kicks him right in the side of the head.
I'll tell you what, I am really impressed with Rhys Maddox, and I love these two getting a moment here. These two guys do have a history both against and with each other, and you just gotta love to see it for both these guys.
And that was a nasty half and half suplex. And then he goes for the enziguri. Roze Allday ducked on the first one, but didn't duck on the second one.
Allday is in a world of hurt right now. Kid Koota's got all the momentum. Let's see if he can follow it up.
And he's going to the high-risk, high-reward area of the ring, the top rope. It gets more dangerous the higher they go.
I mentioned it earlier, that Roze to the eye just got right into that eyeball of Kid Koota, and Roze Allday is going to try to turn this match around.
And if you like what you're seeing here, WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem is live every Sunday. Streams free, WWN promotion. Streaming on YouTube, WWNLive, and big frog splash from Roze Allday. He hooks the leg, stick a fork in him, he's done.
Here is your winner, Roze Allday.
Alex, I said it towards the beginning of the match. In the limited time we've seen Roze Allday, he is not afraid to use underhanded tactics, and that Roze or that Roze, however you want to call it, right to the eye of Kid Koota was all the advantage he needed to win this match tonight.
Not afraid to use the Roze, not afraid to fly through the air, not afraid to talk some trash, and not afraid to win that fatal four-way opening contest.
Great win for Roze Allday, but I was very impressed with all four of these men. Rhys Maddox, a lot of high-paced offense tonight. He looked great. Kid Koota as well. All four of these guys looked absolutely fantastic tonight.
Absolutely, and now it's time to kick off the Young Guns Invitational.
Jay Lopes here with Roze Allday. A huge win for you tonight. What is your obsession with this Roze, man?
My obsession with this Roze is everything. A Roze could symbolize love, it could symbolize hate, it could symbolize the beginning of something, it could symbolize the end of something. Tonight, it's the rise of Roze Allday. And I showed the whole locker room what it takes to win by any means necessary.
And you used that Roze to win tonight, or I suppose that Roze to win tonight. What message do you have for the rest of the locker room after you beat three of the very best WWN has to offer?
My message is simple. It don't matter how big you are, how small you are, how tall you are, how short you are. I could do this all day long. The rest of the locker room, rest assured, your time is coming. I'm going to make sure I make it to the top by any means necessary.
All right. Thank you so much, Roze Allday. A huge win tonight. We'll see what happens next with Roze Allday.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the first round of Bracket A of the second annual Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitational Tournament. It is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. opponent.
TJ, it is time. WWN Proving Ground Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitation, second annual, kicks off right here, right now, and it's going to be a huge moment for both of these men as they were both trained by the late, great Francisco Ciatso.
Absolutely, and I'm honored to be a part of this one, and I'm also honored to be a part of the return of the Big Rig himself. It's been a while since we've seen him, and I'm very excited that he's back. And I'm excited for this match as well. This is gonna be good.
Big Rig Bryan Colton, I don't believe we've seen him since week 3 of WWN Proving Ground Monday Night Mayhem. We're gonna see what he's been doing, how he's been training as a wrestler.
And he's got a tall task tonight, and I'm not just talking about the size of Dennis Fense when I say that. This guy gives me the creeps, and he has looked absolutely fantastic since returning a few weeks ago.
And both of these men honed their craft, learned their craft, and became professional wrestlers at the WWNTC under the tutelage of Francisco Ciatso. And you know they want to win this tournament, which bears his name.
Absolutely. I mean, how could you not? We've seen guys that have won this tournament go on to do great things. We've seen guys that have just been in this tournament go on and do great things. So just to be a part of it at all has got to be a boon for these guys' career. And to win it, I mean, that could be the next big leap up in terms of getting championship gold, or at the very least just getting your name out there.
And of course, the finals will be at WWN Super Show Battle for the Belts 2025 this December, part of Wrestle Expo. The finals will be part of that Super Show, and the winner of the tournament will get a championship opportunity of some sort down the road. We saw Brady Payne, the inaugural winner, get a shot at August Artois, but was unsuccessful during August Artois' still reigning legendary, record-breaking FIP World Heavyweight Championship reign.
Certainly, and these two guys are wanting championship gold. I mean, how can you not? That should be the goal for every wrestler from all walks of life, no matter where you come from.
And Big Rig Bryan Colton really drew a big task here. The psychopath Dennis Fense, size, strength, weight advantage all go to Dennis Fense. But resiliency, we've seen it before. We've seen it at the old WWNTC. You know, Bryan Colton is very resilient.
Absolutely. He's got to use his superior speed. He's got to be able to not just avoid, but he's got to be able to just outquick and outmaneuver Dennis Fense, who I know he's announced at 300 pounds, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's pushing a little bit higher than that, towards that 325 range, because he looks absolutely unstoppable since he's returned.
And Bryan Colton in trouble. You see him in pain already. Those scoop slams way up, way down with impact from Dennis Fense. They don't call him the Menace for nothing.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of way up, way down, if we see that Vader bomb from Dennis Fense tonight, it is going to be over. We've seen it devastate his opponents the last few weeks. Big Rig has to avoid that at all costs.
The defense bomb, Vader bomb in the corner has put away both of his opponents since making his return. And I'm sure if Big Rig Bryan Colton feels that, it'll be over. And Bryan Colton with everything he's got. A double chop, trying to take the big man down.
And Fense is just absorbing these blows, refusing to go down.
And Big Rig just got caught. Bryan Colton's in trouble. Planted on the Club WWN logo.
Dennis Fence's version of a world's strongest slam. I thought that might have been it, but as you mentioned earlier, Alex, the toughness and the resilience of the Big Rig is the only reason he's still in this match right now.
But Dennis Fense, the Menace, looking to put it away here. What is he going for? Sends Big Rig Bryan Colton into the corner.
Fense has looked absolutely dominant out of the gate. Big Rig has not really been able to get off the block so far, and it looks like he's setting it up for that defense bomb.
And it might be over before it even starts. Second rope, Vader bomb, but Big Rig out of the way. Crash and burn from the Menace.
Face first landing for Dennis Fense. This is the opportunity for the Big Rig to turn it around.
Big Rig trying everything. He was raining haymakers, but all he got was a headbutt.
And punch after punch, elbow after elbow, strike after strike, and all it took was one headbutt from the Menace to get all the momentum back.
And Big Rig doing everything to get out of dodge. You can feel the desperation. If he gets caught with one of these big moves, it could be over. And now Bryan Colton. Drive that truck, elbow drop. Second rope.
This could be it, no!
He put everything he had trying to hook that leg. Perhaps if he would have went to the third rope, only from the second rope, but that could have took too much time. But Bryan Colton staying right on top of his opponent.
It's one of the many tight ropes in this business you have to walk. Do I take the big risk and risk losing it all, or do I just play it safe a little bit? He played it safe, and that may have been the difference as he gets flattened by the Menace.
That was not safe. That was a car crash. Bryan Colton like a crash test dummy, and then squashed like a pancake. How did he kick out?
I love that cover right there, just flattening him right before, just to try to take that little bit extra air out of Colton's lungs.
He ran him over and then just completely flattened him. But how is Bryan Colton kicking out of this? That is a big man, and now up and over, trying to take the big man down. Oh no! Oh no, Bryan Colton. He just got squashed.
Absolutely crushed under the weight of Dennis Fense. I'm not sure why Fense didn't go for the cover there. I think he might have got him.
But here it comes. My chest hurts from the last splash, but here comes another one. Dennis Fense ascending the ropes.
Defense!
Hooks the leg.
Here is your winner, the Menace, Dennis Fense.
And Bryan Colton gave it his all. He was outmatched with size, strength, weight. He kept fighting, but he got squashed, and then he got squashed. The sit on the chest, then the defense bomb out of the corner. The Menace, Dennis Fense, advances on to the second round.
Alex, sometimes perseverance and resilience only delays the inevitable. And as Thanos said, tonight, the Menace was inevitable.
What a night. Dennis Fense on a tear since his return. Is this going to be your Young Guns Invitational finalist?
He might be. I don't know who's going to stop him. I'm here with the Menace, Dennis Fense, after a big victory, advancing to the second round of the Young Guns Invitational. Dennis, how are you feeling after your big win tonight? Okay. Let me ask a different question then. Sorry. You faced the Big Rig in his big return to the ring tonight. How did... Okay. Forget that one too. Do you have a message that you want to send to the rest of the locker room and the rest of the... All right, this has been Dennis Fense, the Menace. Congratulations on advancing to the second round of the Young Guns Invitational.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the first round of the second annual Francisco Ciatso Young Bloods Invitational Tournament, Bracket A, set for one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. Representing the Dojo Hunters, he hails from Guatemala City, Guatemala, weighing in at 193 pounds, El Cazador. in his opponent, representing the Seyden twins, he is from Tybee Island, Georgia. Weighing at 210 pounds, Rock Seyden.
And it is now time for bracket B, Young Guns Invitational first round. A Coban El Cazador Castillo gets his chance against one half of the Seyden twins, Brock Seyden.
Brady Seyden also in the Young Guns Invitational. We saw him competing earlier tonight. And, you know, it's hard enough to keep these two guys straight in terms of which one's which. Now Brock comes out with the eye patch earlier on tonight. Now Brady's got the eye patch on. I don't know what the heck's going on anymore.
I don't know who's who. But we are looking at who is going to advance to the second round. Is it Brock Seyden? Is it Coban El Cazador Castillo?
Are you ready? Ring the bell.
And referee Travis calls for the bell. And we've seen both of these teams looking impressive. The Dojo Hunters, Coban El Cazador Castillo, Ryan the Sensei. And of course the Seyden twins picking up the huge upset win over Lemuria just a few weeks ago.
Absolutely, both these guys, I mean, it would just be huge for either one of these guys to get a win tonight and to move on in this tournament, and maybe even to win it, you never know.
Just think of all the young, new talent we've seen showcased just in the first few matches tonight.
A night like tonight is to celebrate the youth in this business, and any one of these guys could be the next Sage Scott, could be the next Richard Adonis. You never know which one of these guys it's going to be, and tonight might be, maybe not the first step, but the next big step on that path for them.
Coban El Cazador Castillo representing the Wrestling Lab, trained by Jay Lethal. David Mercury continuing his training at the Chop Shop.
Cazador looking to just outmaneuver Seyden here, and it's going to be a tough task. Seyden is a very, very athletic guy, one of the best young studs we have here in WWN. As you said, Alex, got an upset win against La Media a few weeks ago. He's going to look at that to continue that momentum here tonight.
That was much to the delight of the OCC Road House faithful.
Absolutely. As loud as it has ever been in here, when the Seyden twins got that win, I don't even know what to call the pin. I believe it was Brock that night that used that crazy pin. It was something else, and if that happens to El Cazador tonight, I'm not sure even a guy that works in a dojo all the time is going to be able to get out of that one.
What the hell is going on here? Is he teaching him how to do the move he can't get?
Looks like Brady's trying to give some technique. Oh, there you go.
Work the takedown. Brock Seyden kind of goating Cazador in.
And I know that both these guys like to have fun, but I mean, in a match like this, what is Cazador doing just letting Seyden do that to him at this point? I'm not sure that was a smart idea. I know you're trying to be a good sport, but now look where he's at.
And you can't emphasize how high the stakes are here. You go on in the Young Guns Invitational, you make it to the finals and get showcased on the biggest show of the year, WWN Super Show Battle for the belts. And then a championship opportunity at any of the titles within the WWN family. That's huge.
Absolutely, especially for any of these guys. I know we talked a lot about the young guys, and appropriately it's called the Young Guns Invitational, but for somebody like Cazador who's been here a while, it would be huge for him to take that step up in his career as well.
But now Cazador putting the knees to the spine on Brock.
You can tell Cazador's been in the dojo for some extra long hours in preparation for tonight's match. He's gonna look to just out-wrestle the more inexperienced Brock Seyden.
Brock sent all the way across the ring. Cazador hoists him up. What are we thinking here? Backbreaker. TJ, his back might be broken.
It may very well be. At the very least, it's not going to feel good. Whenever you get a knee to the spine like that, even for a young guy like Seyden, that's just going to wear out the muscles, the tissues, the joints in that spine. And when you have a back injury, anybody who's over the age of 35 will tell you, whenever you hurt your back, you can't really breathe, you can't really move, you can't do anything.
And Cazador hoists him up, slams him down. Coban Castillo looking to move on.
Seyden trying to fire up this crowd to get a little bit of momentum, and he is just trapped right now. Cazador showing why he has been one of the more established names in WWN for a long time.
And now just wrenching on the chin, cutting off the oxygen. Brock Seyden might be fading here. He's doing everything he can to fight up.
And it's good to have your twin brother supporting you, because he's going to need all the support that he can get right now to get back into this match, because Cazador is absolutely all over young Brock.
And then a sidewalk slam on that already injured back, but not enough.
The more punishment Seyden takes on that back, the less and less he has on those kickouts. You can see it already. And we're only a few minutes in here, and now really wrenching back, targeting that mid-spine. If he could just get that back knee down on the back, that might be it.
And he's showing some of the things that he's learned and why they call him a dojo hunter.
And you could see he couldn't quite get the grip there, had to switch to a single leg crab. Either way, still very painful for Brock Seyden right now.
The knowing when to transition is key in professional wrestling. Holding on too long could be devastating. Letting go too early. And now it ends Zaguri for Brock Seyden.
I think just like you said, Alex, I think Cazador held on a little bit too long. Seyden got all the way up and he still was trying to make it work.
And he just got rolled up. Almost a 3 count out of nowhere.
And this is not what Cazador wants. When the pace picks up, that is advantage Seyden.
Brock Seyden going with the back slide, using everything he can. Coming out of Georgia looking too impressed. Is this Brock Seyden's night? Does he advance?
It could very well be, but he has to show me a lot more in this match. But he's trying to climb his way out right now.
Both men attacking the midsection, forearms. Big kick to the side of the head. And now he hoists him up. Fireman's carry position.
Right back to the back with that move.
This has got to be it. Coban advances. No!
Seyden showing a lot of heart so far tonight, Alex. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing out of his resilience. But as we saw in the last match with Big Rig, resilience alone is not going to win you a match like this. He's got to put some high-impact moves together, or else this is going to be a short night for him.
And this is the biggest match of both of these young competitors' career. And now, what's he going for? He's got a small package, rolls him up right in the middle of the ring. No, Coban floats over another pin. Back and forth pinfalls. Both men looking to pick up the victory.
Neither guy willing to yield here, and finally, Seyden's able to get out of it.
And now what is he looking for here? Hooks the arm, rolls through. La Magistral Cradle. He got it. And after the series of pinfalls, back and forth, La Magistral Cradle gets the win. What a win for Brock Seyden.
I mean, what the heck do I know? I just said he's going to have to show me something. He's going to have to throw all these high-impact moves together. Forget it. This guy is the king of these unique, unorthodox pins, and all it took was one for Brock Seyden, and he sneaks out of here with a win.
He tried the schoolboy. He tried the O'Connor roll. He tried to hook the leg, but he comes through, and he tried every pinfall he had, and he got him with the La Magistral. You saw the small package back and forth.
What a match, and I have to say, even in a losing effort, El Cazador impressed me tonight. Coban Castillo looked great out there. I know it's hard in an environment like this, but he has nothing to be ashamed about tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Championships. Introducing first.
Put that freestyle as usual, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challengers. They come to you straight from the 305. Weighing in at 385 pounds, the Black Puma Johnson, the Young Bull, Baby Keith, the Miami Boyz. And their opponents being accompanied by Emily Locke. They come to you from Bowling Green, Ohio. Weighing in at a total combined weight of 421 pounds. They are the reigning, defending WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Champions. Bobby Bundy, Jack Josh, Exodus.
And tag team championships are on the line, TJ. The story has been written thus far between these two, but we're writing another chapter right here, right now.
Some of the best books seemingly just never end, and this is one of those. I am so excited. Oh, well, I guess I can't even get it out.
We are already underway. We are Miami Boyz sent for the right move. Miami Boyz with the reversal, and Exodus in trouble. We're already underway. It's Monday Night Mayhem, TJ.
Well, it's called Mayhem for a reason, and that's exactly what we're seeing to start this one.
There's three things you can be guaranteed each and every Monday. Some chaos, some pandemonium, and some mayhem. Now Puma Johnson off the bottom rope. Unique splash.
And I have to give early credit to the Miami Boyz. Exodus tried to jump them before the bell even rang. The Miami Boyz were ready for it, absorbed it, and now they're the ones with all the momentum early on.
And we saw the epic 6-person intergender tag where Exodus basically stole the WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Championships. The unique rules of that matchup, the Women's Championship was also on the line. And then we saw Catalina Perez unseat Emily Locke as the Women's Champion to get a little revenge for the Miami Boyz.
Yeah, Exodus won the gold by Emily Locke beating Catalina Perez with the help of Exodus. So it was a very unique situation where the Miami Boyz never were beaten for their championships. They've been petitioning to get a rematch. They finally get one tonight. And we'll see if they're able to take their gold back.
Speaking of Emily Locke, right on cue, up on the ring, distracts Puma Johnson.
I'll tell you what, Emily better be careful. I don't know. I highly doubt that it was on purpose, but Puma Johnson almost got knocked right into her there. She better be careful.
And Body Bundy trying to choke the life out of Puma Johnson. You can't be the strongest member of the Miami Boyz if you can't breathe.
Absolutely not. Emily Locke again. Ridiculous.
Your boyfriend's favorite wrestler out there making an impact in this tag team championship contest.
Well, she may be whoever's boyfriend's favorite wrestler, but I can tell you she's my wife's least favorite wrestler. My wife cannot stand Emily Locke. My wife's a good, wholesome Christian lady, so Emily Locke rubs her the wrong way.
And Jack Josh Body Bundy with the tag team offense. Not enough to keep Puma down. And now the fans coming alive at the OCC Road House for the 305, the Miami Boyz.
These fans absolutely firmly in the corner of Baby Keith and Puma Johnson to recapture gold tonight. But Exodus is up for the task so far with the help of Emily Locke.
And that action brought to you each and every week by our sponsor, Territory Tees. You check them out, territorytees.com, or at live at any one of our live events. Pick up some sweet wrestling merch, help support the show. Check them out, territorytees.com.
And there's no Catalina Perez in this one for Exodus to steal a championship from. And even if she was, Catalina's running around with that women's title now. So who knows what would happen today, but Exodus is gonna have to do this and beat the Miami Boyz, not necessarily on their own, but physically, most likely on their own tonight.
And now, Body Bundy resulting to pulling him down by the hair, not letting Puma Johnson escape.
Baby Keith is one of the more even-keeled, fun-loving guys we have in this entire company. And you can see even he's getting frustrated with the antics of Exodus. And I don't blame him. I mean, it's getting ridiculous at this point, but the Miami Boyz are just being run circles around a little bit right now.
And now Baby Keith sent to the floor. Puma almost had the tag, but Jack Josh hoists him up and plants him down. That was disgusting.
Hey, don't call him Jack Josh for nothing. What a spinning suplex.
And Baby Keith makes the save, tackles Body Bundy into Jack Josh, breaks up the pin, and all hell is breaking loose.
Baby Keith needs to get in his corner. Exodus has Puma Johnson in a bad place, and the referee's back's turned.
They are just pummeling him. Chops, punches, kicks.
And I know Puma Johnson's strong, but I'm not sure if this is a good strategy. Just try to muscle your way through combined 400 pounds. Never mind.
He just did it. With everything he's got in, here comes the highest man in Yo City, my city, and every city, Baby Keith.
The highest man from the 305, and he has picked up the pace, and Exodus is absolutely flattened right now.
Let me see if I call that right. Tornado DDT, lariat, up to the top rope, cross body.
I think you might have missed a kick in there, but other than that was pretty good, Alex.
But jacked Josh shoulder up last second. What a tag team championship contest.
These four men very rarely, if ever, disappoint, especially when they are in there against each other. Tonight is no exception. Can the Miami Boyz pull this thing off?
And Baby Keith went for the tornado DDT. He got caught and planted. Unique offense from Exodus, but that might be it.
Puma Johnson just barely able to come to the rescue.
And now Puma sends a body bunny to the outside. Now he hoists Jack Josh up, fireman's carry position. What are the Miami Boyz thinking? Wow! Absolutely incredible Samoan drop flipping neck breaker combination.
Man, if Puma Johnson could have just fallen the other way on the other side of Jack Josh, he may have been able to stop Body Bundy from breaking that up, but unfortunately, gravity let him down there.
Both teams throwing caution to the wind. And now, here comes Emily Locke.
I mean, if she touches them, they're going to get disqualified. Not sure if it... Oh, man!
And Exodus taking advantage, but taking out Emily Locke. And the referee calling 1 in, 1 out. Emily Locke's to the floor. I don't know what the hell is going on.
This is completely falling apart. Emily Locke, somebody's got to go check on her. Exodus just knocked the Miami Boyz right into her.
And now Jack Josh, Puma Johnson battling it out. Baby Keith. All hell's breaking loose. Puma Johnson sent to the floor.
And the referee just, yeah.
Body Bundy going out after him. Baby, no one's listening to the referee here.
Yeah, I think the referee just threw this match out.
And now Baby Keith's still going out after him. Puma, Body Bundy still throwing blows on the outside. Baby Keith.
This has completely broken down. It's gone from mayhem to Monday Night Anarchy. And these 4 men, they don't even care about championships anymore. They just want to beat the absolute crap out of each other.
You can feel the animosity between these two teams. Where's the referees? Where's Rick Thames? We got to get this under control.
Looks like Emily Locke's okay. That's obviously good, but she cannot be too happy with how this ended.
A no contest, and still your WWN Proving Ground Tag Team Champions, Exodus.
Not the way we wanted to end that, but we are going to take a brief intermission, get with WWN officials, and we will be right back. Check out this match from WWN Live.
The following contest is the first round of the second annual Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitational Tournament. Bracket B set for 1 fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first. Mallory. And his opponent, Mississippi, weighing in at 220 pounds, Hayden Seal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for some more Young Guns Invitational. We're back from intermission. We hope you like the finals of the Shine, or the WWN Proving Ground Women's Championship Tournament Finals Super Show. But we're getting into the first round of the Young Guns Invitational right here, right now.
CJ Mallory, Hayden Seal. This is going to be a barn burner. Two great athletes, two very young, up-and-coming competitors looking to prove something here on Proving Ground.
Bell rings underway. We know two advance. Dennis Fense brought Seyden into the second round. Who joins them is it nonstop CJ Mallory, 2024 most punchable face in Proving Ground.
My goodness, we haven't seen CJ Mallory since he lost the OCC street fight to Benji Neptune. And glad to see him back. He's got a bright future, very brash, he's bold, he's dangerous, he's not afraid to hurt somebody to take him out. This is a guy who's got a bright future, regardless of whether or not he wins tonight, as does Hayden Seal.
Hayden Seal, nothing short of impressive. We've seen him once here at Proving Ground. This is our second look at him.
Not very familiar with Hayden Seal as a competitor, but when you train at the Nightmare Factory with Cody Rhodes, you probably have to have something special with you, because certainly I wouldn't be able to handle that kind of training, but Hayden Seal could handle it, and he's looking to prove something tonight.
CJ Mallory was unsuccessful last year in the inaugural Young Guns Invitational. Can he make it further in this one?
I mean, certainly that's always the goal. Whenever you have a young guy like Mallory, or like Seal for that matter, you want to see improvement year over year. Wherever Mallory was last year, he needs to be a step or two ahead this year.
This whole show has been a showcase of new talent, rising stars, hottest free agents in the game. Everybody looking to impress, looking to make their way through Proving Ground.
There hasn't been a single man or woman in that ring tonight that I haven't been impressed with. And these two guys are most likely going to be no exception. And when I said brash, bold, I forgot to say athletic, because CJ Mallory is an unbelievable athlete as well.
And you have to always be wary of his finisher, the Neptune Destroyer. We saw him try to take Benji Neptune out with that week after week.
Are we still calling it the Neptune Destroyer, even if he doesn't hit it on Benji Neptune? Or is there something else that we're going to have to start calling it? Like, are we just going to call it for everybody he hits it with? Like, it'll be the Seal, the Seal, and then next week it'll be whoever else he faces.
We'll have to ask him. But right now, he's not going to be thinking about that, because Hayden Seal is on the offense. Big right hand, and now he sends CJ Mallory for the right. CJ Mallory with the reversal.
Yeah, I don't think we could be calling it the Seal Destroyer, because I feel like PETA will get very mad at us for that, but you never know, I guess.
But CJ Mallory looking to destroy Hayden Seal. Head scissor takeover right onto his face. Devastating maneuver. Hooks the leg.
I talked about his athleticism. Head scissors face first goes Seal right into the mat. It's all CJ Mallory right now in this one.
Now CJ Mallory looking to ground Hayden Seal. And we've seen CJ Mallory grow over the last few years at Proving Ground as the third member of Neptune's Trident. We've seen him now break away, and now he's looking to become a single star. Non-stop CJ Mallory as he cuts off the oxygen. He's got a almost figure four on the head.
Just barely able to get the foot on that bottom rope. Mallory's not letting go. Smart move by Mallory. You know, you have that 5 count for a reason. Mallory using every single bit of it to his advantage.
Maybe taking a little too long, because he walked into a big back elbow.
And that's one thing that's going to come with youth and inexperience. Instead of staying on top of it, you made a great move by staying on it until the count of 5, but then you jaw-jacked with the referee, and now you're getting tossed across the ring.
Monkey flip. Big Larry and Hayden Seal is on fire here. Young Guns Invitational, let's go. And now non-stop CJ Mallory sent for the ride.
If you like great athleticism, you're gonna love this match. And Hayden Seal is picking up the pace. And CJ Mallory, a high-paced guy by himself, is a little overwhelmed right now.
I took that textbook hip toss, and now both men jockeying for position. CJ Mallory with the roll through. Only a 2 count, but out of nowhere with the pinfall, and now CJ Mallory able to escape. And he just ate a boot.
Both these guys seem a little bit overzealous. They're running into a lot, and both these guys smartly just using the other guy's aggressiveness against them.
Now almost a full Nelson slam right in the ring, back and forth between these two. Who's advancing? Who's going to the next round?
It is anybody's ball game right now. Hayden Seal, CJ Mallory both have had points in this match where it looked like it was their night. Right now, Hayden Seal looking to finish the job.
And we have one more first round Young Guns Invitational match tonight. TJ Brady versus Bryan, the Sensei. The rest of the first round will take place next week. And we'll have Young Guns action each and every week, so make sure, like, subscribe, stay tuned, and Hayden Seal kicks out at the very, very last second.
What a combination, and if you're Mallory, you can't get frustrated. You cannot afford to give Seal any time to recover here. You gotta stay on him.
Remember, an opportunity at WWN Super Show. Battle for the belts is on the line. A championship opportunity is on the line.
And what a boon it would be for both of these men to step into that spotlight, and Mallory not letting Seal get fired up here.
And now up he goes, and he just plants it.
Here is your winner, Hayden Seal.
And Hayden Seal, impact, almost an attitude adjustment. Hayden Seal hoists him up, plants him down, and makes his way to the second round.
I have to say, I didn't know much about Hayden Seal before this match started, but I know everything I need to know now. This is a guy with guts, with heart, resilience, athleticism, and a little bit of dangerousness to him. Hayden Seal, what a win tonight. Let's see how far this young guy can go.
What a contest. Like I said, one more Young Guns Invitational first round matchup to go. We've seen Dennis Fense, Brock Seyden, and Hayden Seal advance. Who is next?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the first round of Bracket A of the second annual Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitational Tournament. Is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, Gemini, representing El Armeria. He hails from Little Italy, New York. Weighing in at 165 pounds. He's pure enough. TJ Brady.
me this year! This tournament's mine!
In his opponent,
Welcome to the dojo!
representing the Dojo Hunters, he hails from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 181 pounds, Bryan, the Sensei.
And TJ, it's our final of the first 4 matchups of the second annual WWN Proving Ground Francisco Ciatso Memorial Young Guns Invitational. We've seen Dennis Fense, Brockside, Hayden Seal, and now is it going to be Ryan the Sensei or TJ Brady?
I mean, this match is going to be as close as it gets. The attitude, the shorthandedness, the just willingness to do anything to win TJ Brady versus the young athleticism, the technical skill, and the fighting ability of Ryan the Sensei. This is going to be a good one.
And we are underway. These two encountered each other this week, which we saw on the WWN Proving Ground Facebook page.
TJ Brady doing what he does best, folks.
And TJ Brady showing his disdain for being a finalist last year and losing to Brady Payne in in the inaugural.
Oh, man. TJ Brady's crashing out, folks. I'm not sure what's going on in there, but TJ Brady better get his head on straight or else he's going to have a short night here.
And the 2 Young Guns lock horns. And you know this means a lot to TJ Brady after being a finalist in the tournament that was named after his trainer, the late great Francisco Ciatso.
Yeah, and you mentioned it earlier. I actually was able to go back and watch the match between TJ Brady and Brady Payne on YouTube, and you guys at home can go back and watch that. It's all on YouTube as well, so this is anybody's game here. You know, I will say I don't agree with many of the things that TJ Brady has to say, but it looked like he at least had a case to remain in that match, so I can understand his frustration on that end. But for crying out loud, brother, it's been a year. You got another opportunity. Prove your worth in the ring tonight.
And he's doing it right there. Drop toe hold into the headlock. Trying to ground the Sensei while jaw-jacking with the fans.
And there's never been a question as to TJ Brady's ability in the ring. It's always just been about his attitude. And quite frankly, I mean, there's not a lot of guys in that locker room outside of that dog, Damian Gemini, that like this guy. I mean, even the commissioner, he heard him earlier tonight. He didn't have a lot of great things to say about TJ Brady either.
Well, if TJ Brady had beat you with a chain and bludgeoned you in that ring, you might not take too kindly to him either.
Yeah.
Which he has laid his hands on officials. He has laid his hands on Rick Thames. He has been suspended. He has been fined, and he has been thrown out of the OCC Road House. And Ryan the Sensei flying through the air like a ninja.
Taking advantage of TJ Brady, jaw-jacking with the fans. Something like that seems to happen every single week. But can Sensei stack those high-impact moves together and come out with a win tonight?
Back in the ring. Let's go.
And up and down, solid steel to the chest.
TJ Brady had a lot of nice things to say about Ryan the Sensei a couple of weeks ago, or perhaps it was even last week. And Sensei showing everybody why.
Big flying drop kick, Ryan the Sensei. He has skills in mixed martial arts. He's actually fought in mixed martial arts right here at the OCC Road House.
Well, you can't have a name like the Sensei and not have any ability to fight. Ryan the Sensei has that in spades, but so does TJ Brady right now.
And a kick to the side of the head. You see TJ Brady with the deep hook going for the win.
TJ Brady wants nothing more than to get out of here quick. The longer this match goes, the cardio, the training, the technique of Ryan the Sensei, and not to mention the youth and the lung capacity that he has, the longer this match goes, I think it might just favor Ryan the Sensei.
TJ Brady, he is emotionally invested. There's not a lot of things that TJ Brady cares about, and I think winning at this tournament might just be one of them.
And that's a scary thought, because if he is acting like this when he's nonchalant and not really caring, imagine what he could do when he does.
Ryan the Sensei in trouble here. One half of the Dojo Hunters versus one half of LR Maria. And don't forget, TJ Brady is a former tag team champion. He has cut his teeth in the WWN Proving Ground ring since the start of his career.
Yeah, and like I said, it's never been a question of his ability, Alex. It's always just been his attitude. He gets in his way over and over again, and it always seems to bite him in the end.
But if there's one thing, TJ, that I know from my tenure at the World Wrestling Network, that attitude comes straight from his trainer. The late, great Francisco Ciatso would stop at nothing.
And certainly, TJ Brady is going to have all of the want and the care in the world to win this tournament, not just because of what happened last year, but because of what you just said, Alex. But almost makes me feel bad for TJ Brady, but not quite. By the way, I heard that you had to have him on commentary last week instead of me while I was in there ring announcing. I apologize.
I filled one TJ with another, but I will say that I enjoy your company just a little bit more.
Well, I appreciate that, Alex, but I feel like that's like saying I appreciate having a hamster more than I appreciate having a porcupine. So it's not really a whole lot of a difference there.
You know what you can appreciate? Thousands of hours of professional wrestling, $9.99 a month, Club WWN. You can see all kinds of matches. You can see TJ Brady in action. You can see your favorite Proving Ground, but FIP, Shine, Super Show, and more, only $9.99 a month on any platform you have.
Every person at home came to this show tonight to watch fantastic wrestling. I bet you didn't know you came to see the best segues in the world. Alex, that was fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, look at that hold from TJ Brady, just wrenching back on the neck of Ryan the Sensei, and he looks like he's fading fast.
And he has that locked in. Look how he's bending his spine.
If he drops it to 3, he's done, but he gets the fist up.
But look at the torque on the neck, the tension, and Ryan the Sensei doing a little underhanded tactics himself to escape.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Ryan the Sensei doing what he had to get out of that one.
And now, unloading with the barrage spinning kick, back kicks.
Ryan the Sensei showing his martial arts background, and TJ Brady has got to, figure out and get rid of this storm by Ryan the Sensei.
TJ Brady out of the way, had his opponent scheduled. Did he just try a moonsault? What the hell was that?
I'm not sure if I would be going for something so high risk, especially with the Sensei having all the momentum right now.
Both men throwing caution to the wind, and now Ryan the Sensei with the kick right to the jaw.
TJ Brady looked like he was out, and he was able to just get out of that. All that momentum from the springboard into a super kick. You can imagine a normal super kick hurts enough. Imagine someone coming at you at 10 or 15 miles an hour, springboard and off the ropes.
And a Uranagi from Ryan the Sensei.
Ryan the Sensei showcasing all the skill that he possibly can muster, and TJ Brady is in big, big trouble.
Yeah, he is. I see Coban Castillo watching from the locker room, and he's just flipping leg drop right on the side of his head. He just crushed his head. It's over.
1, 2, and oh my goodness! TJ Brady, foot on the rope!
He might not be conscious, but his foot's on the rope, and referee Jay Taylor was right there.
And folks, I can't stress this enough. Last year, TJ Brady lost the finals of the Young Guns Invitational because the ref didn't see his foot on the rope. Tonight, the referee did, and now Brady's taking advantage with the FD.
1, 2,
And a kick out!
2.
You told me before the show that nobody's kicked out of that.
I didn't think I had to say anything because I thought the match was going to be over, Alex. Like you said, no one's ever kicked out of the FD. Ryan the Sensei, what heart, what guts, what's going to happen next?
And now back and forth. Ryan the Sensei made the rookie mistake not hooking the leg, and now TJ Brady. What is he going for?
How is Ryan the Sensei still going after everything he's been through tonight?
But he just caught him with the flatliner.
Here is your winner, TJ Brady.
Now, I don't know if you know this, TJ, but the flatliner is the finisher of his late great trainer. And he just landed Ryan the Sensei in the middle of the ring, and he advanced to the second round with it.
Ryan the Sensei would call that unfortunate. TJ Brady would call that poetic justice. After losing last year by the ref not seeing his foot on the rope, he saw it tonight. Brady turns it around, and after an absolute barn burner of a match, Brady picks up the win and moves on in the Young Guns Invitational. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Gotta wonder, is TJ Brady now the favorite of the tournament? A show of respect from T.
I don't know if I believe what I'm seeing right now, Alex, but good for TJ Brady. Even someone with the attitude of TJ Brady knows what kind of fight he was in tonight. I know that it's a losing effort, but Ryan the Sensei has absolutely nothing to be ashamed about tonight. That might just be the best performance we've seen him have since coming to WWN. Wow.
So Dennis Fense, Brock Seyden, Hayden Seal, and TJ Brady advance to the next round.
And it's almost a crime shame because both El Cazador and Ryan the Sensei had spectacular performances tonight, both coming up short. But I would still keep my eye on the Dojo Hunters because they looked great tonight, but just not quite as good as pure enough TJ Brady.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first.
TJ, are you ready for two of the best here at WWN Proving Ground? Squaring off in a unique matchup you can only catch each and every week right here.
Oh man, absolutely. I mean, Hound Dog, Bryan Atomic, this is gonna be a hard-hitting, fast-paced, absolute, pun intended, dogfight.
And Puerto Rican Hound Dog, 25 plus years, lucha libre inspired offense. Bryan Atomic, the most lethal striker here at the World Wrestling Network.
And obviously Atomic's coming into this matchup with the speed and quickness advantage. Hound Dog coming in with the experience, the strength advantage.
And Hound Dog is not afraid to fly. We've seen him come off the top rope. We've seen him come off with moonsaults. Bryan Atomic coming off the trick-or-treat fatal four-way as Wolverine with the claws.
Came out as Logan Atomic last week. Tried to use those claws to his advantage. Unfortunately, did fall in that match to Blazing Hot Blackjack, who will now get a future WWN Proving Ground Championship match down the road. But there's not a whole lot either one of these two men can't do in a wrestling ring.
And you know both of them have to have their eyes set championship gold.
Oh, absolutely. I talked to Hound Dog last week, right after the show. I asked him what's next for the Hound Dog, and he said just that, Alex. He's got his eye on championship gold. He's been hot over the last few weeks, but beating someone who's been in multiple title pictures over the last month, and Bryan Atomic, would be a huge step in that direction for Hound Dog.
Puerto Rican Hound Dog still trying to find his way after what his son did to him, turning his back on him. We've seen it week in and week out. Right now, it's officially, if you've been following every week, that La Maria can't interfere in Puerto Rican Hound Dog matches. Puerto Rican Hound Dog cannot be out there. There's pending litigation. So during the contest, you cannot be out there. It's gotten that bad.
Yeah, absolutely, and you could see, and not that you can necessarily see it right this moment, but you can tell over the last couple of months that it has affected Hound Dog. He's been more aggressive, and not to say that he hasn't been aggressive in the past, because you don't get a nickname like the Hound Dog for being passive, but you can just tell he's been more frustrated, he's been more aggressive, but you know what? It worked out for him, because he's doing a whole lot of winning lately.
He's not as fun-loving. You don't see him having as much fun. You see him more intent on looking to hurt people.
Absolutely, and no matter how much he smiles, you can tell that there's still pain behind those eyes and pain behind that smile, because no matter how much you disagree, it's still your son at the end of the day.
And there's not just pain behind that smile after an elbow and a drop kick. There's pain all over that face of Puerto Rican Hound Dog.
And I don't want Bryan Atomic to get lost in the shuffle of what we're talking about here, because Bryan Atomic, regardless of his struggles and his losses over the last month or so, Bryan Atomic is still the guy that has arguably the brightest future in all of WWN right now.
He has been nothing short of impressive, win or loss, but most of them have been wins.
Absolutely, and he doesn't just get these championship opportunities that I mentioned for no reason, as he takes a spill after a huge uppercut.
And a huge knife edge chop echoes through the OCC Road House for Puerto Rican Hound Dog.
Rafael Gonzalez saying, you're gonna chop me, I'm gonna chop you, and I'm gonna do it 10 times harder.
He is PhD for short. He has a PhD in knife edge chops.
Well, you know, I don't know what school you have to go to get that degree, and I don't know how many guys have it, but Hound Dog certainly is one of them.
And then another strike right to the jawline. Bryan Atomic with the forearm.
And I know you talked about Bryan Atomic being the best, or one of the best strikers in the game right now, but we know how hard-headed, and I don't just mean attitude-wise, Hound Dog is. I don't know how much those strikes to the head are going to be if they're going to be as effective for Atomic tonight against somebody like the Puerto Rican Hound Dog.
If this turns into a striking contest, I think Bryan Atomic wins. If this turns into a matchup of strength if Puerto Rican Hound Dog grounds him, I think
Well, you'd say that now, but Hound Dog just absorbed everything and just came at him with a huge headbutt, and now just laying into him in the corner.
Quadruple coconut crunch in the corner, and now Puerto Rican Hound Dog, like a car crash from Bryan Atomic. He got out of dodge.
Face first into the corner. Hound Dog might be out.
He came in full head of steam, looking to just maim Bryan Atomic.
What a kick out from a Hound Dog, just tossing Bryan Atomic onto the WWN logo. Still a ton of fight in the Hound Dog, as we've come to expect, but Bryan Atomic, very smart, using that quickness advantage I talked about earlier to get out of the way.
Well, he's given up almost 150 pounds. He's doing the smart thing right here, grounding his opponent, cutting off the oxygen.
And no disrespect to anyone that Hound Dog has beaten over the last month, but this is a big step up. He's faced a lot of guys that are just debuting, guys that are just trying to make a name for themselves. Bryan Atomic has made a name for himself. He's in championship contention consistently over the last couple of months. Hound Dog beating him tonight would be a huge step forward.
We've seen Hound Dog beat Draken. We saw Hound Dog beat Alexander Mutaba, the escape artist. But you're right, Bryan Atomic is a different level.
Absolutely, and these kicks have been a lot more effective than any of the other strikes. The kicks to the body, kicks to the legs. It's a great strategy from Bryan Atomic. And like you said, Rafael Gonzalez has faced guys that are, debuting, that, are just, again, trying to make a name for themselves, just trying to step up and start climbing the ladder. Bryan Atomic's already halfway, if not more, up that ladder.
And now he's stepping up with those kicks right to the chest. But look at how angry Hound Dog looks. Speaking of anger, look at that face.
Once again, you have to wonder what the scouting report, Bryan Atomic, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a bad idea if you're Bryan Atomic. That's something you do not want to do with a mad Puerto Rican Hound Dog chasing after you.
I think the Puerto Rican Hound Dog has had enough disrespect in the year 2025, and Bryan Atomic just felt the wrath of it right there.
You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spin in the wind, and you don't taunt the Puerto Rican Hound Dog when he's been let loose like this.
And now Puerto Rican Hound Dog with the agility. Big drop kick from PhD.
Guys that size are not supposed to move like the Hound Dog, and Bryan Atomic gets out of the way.
Avoiding a 300-plus pound catastrophe.
Bryan Atomic, you can see, he's cocky, doesn't know what's about to hit him.
Oh, and Puerto Rican Hound Dog sky high plants him in the middle of the ring, but Bryan Atomic.
I'm not sure I've seen Hound Dog use that move since I've at least been here, Alex. He's pulling out all the stops against Bryan Atomic. He knows he's got to step his game up to beat Atomic tonight.
The walking nuke kicks out, and I don't know how. Puerto Rican Hound Dog's looking to put this away with the big headbutt.
One of the hardest headbutts in the game today, if not the very hardest. Hound Dog looking to fly.
And now he's climbing the ropes up to the second. Is it gonna be signature Hound Dog moonsault? But he Bryan Atomic got out of dodge. Puerto Rican Hound Dog landed right on his face.
We would have had to scrape Bryan Atomic off of the mat with a shovel had Hound Dog landed that, and now we got Koota kicks to the forehead, trying to wear down that hammerhead.
And now Bryan Atomic, what is he going for? A German suplex.
Oh my goodness, what strength from Bryan Atomic! And Hound Dog grabs the ropes.
What a suplex from Bryan Atomic. The size difference couldn't quite get the bridge, just a little too close to the ropes.
Making me eat my words from early on. I said Hound Dog had the clear strength advantage. What a show of strength from Bryan Atomic. I'm not sure I've seen that out of him. Both, oh my goodness!
And they just pushed the referee down. You know we're gonna hear fines and a double stop. Best foot stop ever, but Bryan Atomic pushes the referee. Hound Dog is down.
The match has been thrown out. You cannot shove the referee I don't know what got into Bryan Atomic there.
What's the official announcement? We're waiting on word. Bryan Atomic having words with the official. Hound Dogg is down. And Bryan Atomic once again. Hound Dogg holding his head after the double stop.
My goodness, what did this referee do to Bryan Atomic?
And now referee Jay Taylor, commissioner, both very upset with Bryan Atomic.
Yeah, this is, I have not seen this side of Bryan Atomic. I know he's lost the last few weeks in terms of his opportunities, but this is just pure frustration. He struggled a lot more against Hound Dogg than I'm sure he wanted to tonight.
Assaulting an official doesn't come without a fine or a suspension. Just ask TJ Brady.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner by disqualification, the Puerto Rican Hound Dogg, Rafael Gonzalez.
And Puerto Rican Hound Dogg, technically your winner, but Bryan Atomic coming out in better shape. Hound Dogg looks to be injured after that.
And I just don't understand. Bryan Atomic had all the momentum. He hit the double stomp right after the bell rang. I'm not sure why you would do that. I've said a lot of good things about Bryan Atomic since I've been here, but this one makes no sense, and it's very questionable and just in bad faith. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with that dog, Damian Gemini.
Hold on. Could you do me a favor and repeat that one more time, please? Please, thank you very much.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with that dog, Damian Gemini. Damian, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And again, I appreciate your time. Damian, you are going into what may be the biggest match of your entire career tonight. You're going after the Multimedia Championship and the Hellhound, Jay Sky. What are you looking to prove to yourself and to the world tonight?
To myself and to the world. You know, that's a good question. I have so much to prove. Everyone my entire life has doubted me, and they don't like how I've changed and my attitude. To be quite frankly honest, I really don't care what anyone thinks about me. I'm just here to show everyone that I am the best. And I know my partner is going to be there sitting ringside with me, supporting me, as I'll do the same for him when he wins and advances to the next round of the Young Guns Invitational. So tonight, Jay Sky, I'm here to let you know one thing, that a lot has changed to the last time I stepped foot in the ring with you. So tonight, I am taking that Multimedia Championship away from you on your very first title defense.
Well, speaking of a lot changing, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up your father, the Puerto Rican Hound Dogg, Rafael Gonzalez.
Are you kidding me right now? Are you seriously asking me about he's not even my father, about Hound Dogg? You know what? Continue the question. Go ahead, ask me.
Understanding the rules that have been placed by Commissioner Rick Thames, what is your level of concern that Hound Dogg may get involved in your match tonight anyway?
You think I'm concerned about Hound Dogg getting involved in my match? Well, let me just remind everyone, right? Rick Thames made it perfectly clear. Hound Dogg, if you get involved in my match, you will get fined and suspended. And if you get involved in my match, I will personally sue you and make sure that you lose the house that you had already lost before. Do I make that perfectly clear? Are we understanding that? Do we understand what will happen if he gets involved in my match? Because I have zero concern for Hound Dogg. My concern right now is the WWN Multimedia Championship. We got that? We're clear on that?
We are clear on that. Damian Gemini, he is in the biggest match of his entire career tonight. Mr. Gemini, thank you so much for your time. Back to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit and is your main event. Introducing first.
I'm letting you know right now,
That championship is coming home with me tonight.
You're look at you, you're dressed like one. He's dressed like a one. Look at him.
Contest is for the WWN Multimedia Championship. Introducing first the challenger, representing El Armeria. He hails from the island of Puerto Rico, weighing in at 175 pounds. That's all. Damien Gemini. In his opponent, he hails from Bronx, New York, weighing in at 235 pounds. He is the reigning, defending WWN Multimedia Champion, the Hellhound, Jay Sky.
The stakes couldn't be higher. The WWN Multimedia Championship on the line. Main event WWN Proving Ground, and Damien Gemini making a statement with the belt early.
I'm not surprised, but I am a little put back by it. Damien Gemini coming into this match with a lot of confidence. I have more to talk about that as the match goes on, Alex, but bold statement from Damien Gemini to the Hellhound.
And this is Jay Sky's first championship defense of the WWN Multimedia Championship after eliminating Richard Adonis in the Southern Stampede and defeating him at Full Impact Road presents Ball Out, which you can check out on WWNLive.com right now if you want to.
And Damien Gemini has a lot to fight for tonight, but the Hellhound does not want to be looked at as a transitional champion. So both these guys have a lot to prove tonight, and I am just excited that I get to sit here in the commentation station with you, Alex, and call this awesome main event.
And this might be one of Jay Sky's biggest matches of his career. but this is the biggest match of Damian Gemini's career, and whoever's the WWN Multimedia Champions got to be looking to the biggest show of the year, Wrestle Expo, live December 13th and 14th. We have the Chosen One tryouts. We have wrestling matches throughout the day. We have meet and greets with legends, Proving Ground superstars, Full Impact Pro superstars, and then the end of it, the WWN Super Show Battle for the belts, featuring the Ecstasy of Gold and so much more. WWNLive.com for tickets, information, talent announcements, and more.
There is a lot going on. Wrestle Expo is going to be a fantastic weekend. But right now, Jay Sky, Damian Gemini couldn't care less about Wrestle Expo because they are in a fight tonight for all of the gold.
And there is no experience like the WWN Live experience. And Damian Gemini looking to make a statement, looking to capture that singles championship gold. He is a former tag team champion with his father and with TJ Brady.
I'm sorry to cut you off there, Alex. I'm pretty sure they could have heard that in St. Pete. That shot from Jay Sky rattled my bones, and I'm not even the one that got hit with it.
And then Jay Sky with the right hand, Damian Gemini stagger.
And I was able to speak to Damian Gemini before the show started about this match, and he told me a lot of things that I'm not so sure I agreed with, but he said one thing that I 100% agreed with, and it's that a lot has changed since the last time these two guys fought. And that is certainly true, as Damian Gemini is a completely different man than what he was back then, and he's looking to prove that he's not just a tag team wrestler. He's not just the son of the Hound Dog. He's not just the partner to TJ Brady, that he can stand on his own 2 feet and win gold tonight.
And change is... Damian Gemini isn't the same person from 6 weeks ago, let alone 6 months ago or a year ago. He used to be the fun-loving kid coming out with his dad, tag team champions, the first ever father-son tag team champions in WWN history.
And Jay Sky taking to the sky to take out Damian Gemini. Easy for me to say, my goodness.
And right in front of the WWN Live faithful. And now Jay Sky in control here. And a big flying back elbow.
Jay Sky has been so impressive here for a long, long time, and winning the Multimedia Championship just put a bigger spotlight on that fact. I have no doubt. Oh my goodness, what a step-up kick. I'm sorry, but I had to interrupt myself. What a move from Damian Gemini.
Absolutely incredible. And now Damian Gemini with the punt, with the field goal kick. It's good. Jay Sky's head's in the second row. And then a crossbody outside when Jay Sky catches him. That's the strength difference.
Damian Gemini doing his best Cam Little impression with that kick. That would have been good from 70, and now Hurricane Rana.
Into the ring post. What the hell are we seeing, TJ?
What I'm seeing is a side of Damian Gemini that I have not had the privilege of seeing before. If this Damian Gemini showed up every single week, I might not feel so horrible calling all of his matches.
And you might have nailed it on the head when you said he wants to break out from that tag team wrestler and prove that he can do it as a singles wrestler. He's following it. Jay Sky was part of the Rapture who came up through the World Wrestling Network with Richard Adonis, specialty of tag team wrestling. And now we've seen Jay Sky achieve that singles gold and, you know, elevate himself into superstar.
Absolutely, and you know, when you are the hunter, when you're the guy that's always chasing, that's climbing that ladder, not that it's easy, because it certainly isn't, but you have something to strive for. Now when you're that guy at the top of the mountain, and you're the one that's being hunted, that challenge can be too much for a lot of guys. I'm not saying it's gonna be too much for Jay Sky because he's got all the tools, but Damian Gemini is showing why it's so hard to be champion, because these guys are just gonna come at you with everything they've got every single night.
And Damian Gemini looking for the win right here.
I have been so impressed with Damian Gemini tonight. I've been so impressed with Jay Sky tonight. I'm just so impressed in general, gosh darn it.
And a lot of guys don't realize when you get to the top of the ladder, you're no longer on just one ladder. You're on the top of everybody's ladder.
I suppose that's a great analogy. It's something definitely to think about, and Damian Gemini has looked great tonight. And he hasn't quite started jaw-jacking with the fans and the ref yet, but well, there he goes. I spoke too soon. But he needs to avoid that if he's gonna beat Jay Sky. Jay Sky is way too high caliber of an opponent. He has no TJ Brady to tag out of this match. He has to figure this thing out.
And you wonder if that's gonna affect him here. And he went for the satellite DDT, but Jay Sky caught it.
Look at the strength.
Look at the agility, Damian Gemini. It's a Gurry. He floated out of that kick right upside the head. Jay Sky's in trouble. He might be unconscious. That was out of nowhere.
Maybe out on his feet. Damian Gemini trying to pick up the pace, trying to catch Sky off guard, and a huge knee right to the jaw.
It's a wombo combo. It's a La Maria special.
I suppose.
And he almost had him. We almost had a new champ. You saw how close that was.
Damian Gemini needs to stay calm. He needs to continue and stay focused. If you give Sky any time to recover, Sky's gonna burn you.
Don't forget, Jay Sky is a former ACW Tag Team Champion. He is the current reigning and defending WWN Multimedia Champion. He cut his teeth and grew into the superstar in the World Wrestling Network from 2018 to now.
Jay Sky has been one of the most impressive performers we've seen in this company all year long. When we were mentioning some of the guys that have broken out in 2024, Jay Sky's name, if we didn't mention him, he should have been mentioned because he's one of the top guys we have, and he's gonna have to pull out all of the stops because Damian Gemini is fighting at 150% tonight.
And if you don't think Jay Sky is one of the best wrestlers in the world, I challenge you to go back, watch FIP Fallout, Jay Sky versus Richard Adonis, match of the year candidate.
I mean, you could just go back and watch WWN Proving Ground on YouTube and you can see all the talent. What do we have going on here? Wow!
Absolutely disgusting, unique suplex, and he just chucked a grown man across the ring.
I think Damian Gemini has no idea where he's at. I just saw the look in his eyes right there. He might not know what zip code he's in right now.
And the Hellhound ascending to the heavens. Big splash! All the body weight on the chest.
Damian Gemini proving his toughness tonight so far. Jay Sky living up to his name with that huge splash, but it's not quite enough yet.
And that splash, full impact like a car crash. I felt that up here.
And I was tempted to say at the beginning, the deeper this match goes, it favors Sky. Because as a tag team guy, usually at the kip-up, you know what, just forget it. I don't need to talk about the science. When I've got two fantastic athletes in here, I just get to watch.
One in the chamber, he went for it. But Damian Gemini had it scouted, he went for a Saito. Jay Sky fights out, elbows to the back of the head. And a Superman punch that rocked him.
And palm strikes, followed by another huge shot. Gemini is giving Sky everything he can handle.
What a lariat wombo combo, hooks the leg.
I thought we had a new champion there, Alex, and Damian Gemini thought so too.
He thought that was the biggest moment in his career. You feel it. But Jay Sky, the veteran, the champion that he is, kicks out.
Right now, it is desperation versus exhaustion. Only one emotion can win out. Which will it be?
Damian Gemini goes for the big flying knee. Jay Sky goes for the back suplex, flips out. He's got him hooked. Exploder into the ropes. That was disgusting. On his head, on your dome. What's he thinking? He's got it hooked. On his face, hooks the leg, that's gotta be it.
Here is your winner, and still the WWN
And what an incredible contest. What is that?
And of course, TJ Brady attacking him after the bell. And I'm right back to just my pure, unadulterated disgust of these two men.
What an absolutely incredible contest. Spoiled. TJ Brady attacking. And what was an absolutely incredible main event. Jay Sky, Damian Gemini, they put everything on there. And now, Lemuria.
Jay Sky trying to fight out of this, but he has no help right now. There goes Brady.
Brady sent to the floor. Damian Gemini sent to the floor.
Wait a minute!
That's Bryan Atomic. Oh! We know the history between them. We've seen it each and every week. And Bryan Atomic with the chair, spinning heel kick.
You gotta be kidding me. What kind of unholy alliance are we seeing here?
I don't know if it's any kind of alliance, but I know now there's a common enemy in Jay Sky. The history between Jay Sky and Bryan Atomic, well documented.
I mean, to spoil a fantastic main event like this, it's just disgusting.
What is he thinking here? Did he just put his head in a chair? Absolutely not. Where's Rick Thames?
He did. Somebody get out here and stop these guys.
Referee Jay Taylor's out there admonishing Jay.
Oh, here comes the Hound Dog!
Thank God for Puerto Rican Hound Dog, because they were looking to absolutely maim Jay Sky.
Putting his career literally on the line to come out and help Jay Sky. That's the kind of man Hound Dog is.
And what was an absolutely incredible contest from start to finish. I was absolutely impressed with Damian Gemini. It was an absolutely incredible championship main event. And then TJ Brady's got to ruin it. And then Bryan Atomic comes out and tries to kill Jay Scott. What the hell is going on?
To think I was just starting to say some great things about how amazing Damian Gemini looked tonight on his own. No help. Absolutely fantastic. But then they have to go and spoil the whole thing with these disgusting, despicable actions. I can't stand it. I don't agree with it. It just ruined the entire main event for me, and it probably ruined the entire main event for everyone watching at home, and I'm so sorry for that.
TJ Brady advances in the Young Guns. Damian Gemini, a fraction of a second from WWN Multimedia Champion. But Jay Sky, first title defense, absolutely incredible contest. And thank God for Puerto Rican Hound Dog, because Bryan Atomic had the chair on his head, going for the best foot stomp ever.
Absolutely, and I'll say enough about those clowns that did those gross, disgusting actions. This is Jay Sky's night. What a fantastic first title defense, and if he's gonna come out like that and perform every single title defense and every single match he has, he may be champion for a long, long, long time.
With the camera? Yeah. You just sit there.
You gotta stay tuned, WWNLive.com. We got Shine 84 coming up. We got Wrestle Expo coming up. WWN Live, Roadhouse Nation. I'm Alex Green for everyone here at the World Wrestling Network. Thank you and good night.
Have a great night, everybody. I am here with Pure Enough. TJ Brady, a man with a great first name, if I do say so myself. Congratulations. A fantastic win for you tonight. It was a tremendous match with Ryan the Sensei. Last week, you had some really nice things to say about Ryan the Sensei. After you guys went to absolute war tonight, what do you have to say to him now?
So, Ryan, I know you watch everything, not that you take everything serious, but tonight you proved me wrong. You took me serious, and you took this tournament serious, and for that, I thank you. But now that you're out of my way, it's time for Big Boy Patty and Rhys to step up, because now they're about to be in my way, because this is my tournament. This year, I'm redeeming the tournament, just like I said, and everything I say matters, so you listen when I speak.
Fair enough, Mr. Brady. I do have to ask you about what transpired after our main event. Damian Gemini came up a little bit short in a fantastic match tonight. But then you attack Jay Sky afterwards, Brian Atomic afterwards, to be saved by the Hound Dog. What were your plans had Hound Dog not interfered?
So our plans are pretty simple. Damian defeats Jay Sky and wins the Multimedia Championship. My plans, eventually when I'm done with this tournament, I beat Sage Scott, take his championship, and then I'll go and take August's championship, and then we have 3 belts, and then we go take the tag titles. That's the plan, more or less. When Sage Scott wants to show up, I'm going to take that from him, and Damian, when we run this back, and he's going to take that from you, Jay Sky. But it didn't go our way. Got a little heated out there, and then we had nothing to do with Brian Atomic. No, I have no idea what he was out there. But for Hound Dog, you can't touch us. We got that thing, the legal paper, so you can't touch us. So do not touch us. You're going to get fired. And I know you cannot afford to be fired. Does that answer everything? Wrap up?
I think it does. Okay. Congratulations once again, TJ Brady, moving on to the second round in the Young Guns Invitational.